Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust.
Good evening, high school baseball fans. Welcome out to San Antonio, Texas. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino here tonight. This is game one of the Region 4 semifinal between the Gregory-Portland Wildcats and the Rouse Raiders. And Rudy, I don't know about you, man, but I am ready to go.
Jake, I have been ready ever since the last pitch or the last out recorded in that Bishop ball game that we had the privilege of calling in game 3. So, we all figured, maybe the Gregory-Portland Wildcats were going to make it this far with being the 1 seed in the district. And, they were. I mean, they beat the Carroll Tigers last week and they swept them. And the Gregory-Portland Wildcats, ever since they lost to, the Carroll Tigers and then losing to the Veterans Memorial Eagles, that kind of basically put them down to earth a little bit. And then now they're hitting their stride and playing their baseball at the right moment.
It's interesting you say that, Rudy, because Matt Rogers with 361hsblast.com at the press conference, he asked Coach Jonesy, he said, do you think, I don't remember the exact words of the question, but do you think those 2 losses was good for your team? And it's interesting, Coach Jonesy's response was, I'll never say a loss is good for our team. He said, but yes, it did give us a chance to reflect and kind of just, remember that, you're not unstoppable. If you're not playing your best baseball at any given moment in this season, then you can lose a ball game. And I think that was an important moment for them. And what I remember about that time too, at that point in the season, I remember the Gregory-Portland Wildcats, they started off, their bats were hot early. Like they were just, ripping the baseball. And then they got, at around that time of the season, the bats kind of calmed down. And you got to tip your hat and give credit to the pitching too. I mean, they faced some really, really tough pitching in the district. But it felt like, they kind of got a little bit, they kind of went to sleep a little bit. And then after those losses, it seemed like they really picked it up another notch. And they're just, like you said, they're just playing really, really good baseball right now coming into this series.
And that's what you exactly have to do, Jake. We always talk about it. You got to play the best baseball at the right time, and you see the Gregory-Portland Wildcats do it. And also you see the Veterans Memorial Eagles do it as well. So playing the best baseball at the right time is key. And, yes, both of these teams, Vets and GP, were number 1 and 2 seed in the district. But, that second half was an all-out dogfight because
Absolutely.
You didn't know. Vets might, take the number 1 spot over GP because they beat them. And then Vets ended up losing a ball game to Carroll. So it was just back and forth. And the Gregory-Portland Wildcats, a deserving team here in the 1 seed. And now they are in the regional semifinals, like you said, Jake, against Rouse, and a Rouse team who is the 4th place team out of District 25-5A.
Let's go ahead and get you some info on both of those teams. The Gregory-Portland Wildcats sitting on the first base's side. We're assuming that they are the visiting team. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are, but they're sitting on the first base side. And the Wildcats, today they are wearing red jerseys with the blue caps, red bill, and they're wearing their road gray pants. Most of these guys got their pants hiked up. They've got the red stockings underneath. So the Gregory-Portland Wildcats coming in overall, they are 35-2-1 on a 12-game win streak are the Wildcats. And, like we said, playing some of their best baseball right now. Rouse, as Rudy mentioned, they are out of District 25-5A, where they finished in the 4th spot. And none of that matters, Rudy. Where you finished in district makes no difference at this point of the season. But we will mention that's the district that they came out of. Right now, the Rouse Raiders, they are 26-10 overall. And you and I were looking at it. They are a senior-heavy team. They're wearing their white on white with maroon trim, white caps with the maroon bill, and they're under the direction of head coach Chad Krempine. 19 years as a head coach, Rudy, and during this season hit his 400th win in his career. That's pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah, no,
right
big
there.
congratulations to Coach Krempine. You know, that's let alone win 100 games as a head coach, winning 419 years, or this is his 20th year of being at the helm of Leander Rouse Raiders. So congratulations on that remarkable milestone in wins.
And you, like I said, you and I talked about how this is a senior-heavy bunch, Leander Rouse. And you know what, Rudy? Let's do starting lineups real quick for these folks, and then we'll talk a little bit about these two teams and some of the players that they had returning from last season, and some of the players that are hot right now. We can look at some of the lost my wording here. Stats. We can look at some of the stats. We unfortunately don't have stats on the Raiders, but we can look at some of the Gregory-Portland Wildcats, and we certainly could give you some information on the Raiders and who they've got coming back. But let's go ahead and get you the starting lineups. We're going to start with the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. So leading things off for the Wildcats will be the catcher, number 4, Walker Yannick. Batting second and playing center field, number 8, Malachi Lott. Batting third for the Wildcats, the third baseman, number 5, Easton Dowell. In the cleanup spot, the pitcher, number 16, Robbie Spencer. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 1, Gage Gleinig. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 2, Kobe Orell. Batting seventh for the Wildcats, the designated hitter, number 13, Daniel Gonzalez. Gonzalez will bat for the shortstop, number 11, Jackie King. Batting eighth for Gregory-Portland, the right fielder, number 21, Braden Talamontes. And batting ninth, wearing number 10 and playing left field, A.J. Carter. And that is the starting lineup for the visiting team, the Gregory-Portland Wildcats.
And let's get you the starting lineup here for the home team, and that is Leander Rouse Raiders. Leading things off is going to be number 3, Keegan Salomon. Batting second, the DH. He wears number 8, and that is going to be Oscar Salazar. He is the DH. He hits for the pitcher, Andrew Kithill. Batting third, the right fielder. He wears number 34. Sorry about that. We're trying to figure out names here.
We're trying to find him on the actual roster for the young men.
And it is Colin Carejo. Batting... lost train there. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 17, Kobe Diaz. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 1, Andrew Forcell. Batting sixth, the shortstop. It's going to be number 23. And that is going to be Lucas Sparshu. Batting third, the number 9. It's going to be Carter Heinrich. He actually bats in the 7th spot. Batting 8th, the second baseman, number 12, Joe Sparshu. And batting 9th, the center fielder, Jake Alepa. He wears number 6. And that is the starting lineup of the Rouse Raiders. So like Jake said, a very heavy senior squad. So a lot of upperclassmen, and let's give you those upperclassmen for the Raiders. And Lucas Sparshu is one of those seniors, plays shortstop. Last year had a .889 fielding percentage. Andrew Kithill, another senior, had 20 strikeouts last year. Again, not obviously with the full season of last year. J.J. Miller, a senior. Ryan Galloway, a senior. Andrew Forcell, a senior. Jack Alepa, Mason Bowers, and Keegan Salomon, all seniors, and then the juniors that they have returning are Carter Heinrich and Kobe Diaz. So a very upperclassman heavy squad of the Raiders. And, Jake, pretty much like the Gregory-Portland Wildcats, how the Wildcats have a lot of, upperclassmen in their starting lineup as well.
Yes, they do. And let's get you those gentlemen's names for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. Some returning starters for the Wildcats. They returned 12 lettermen from last season's squad, and some of the position players that return, senior Walker Yannick, their catcher, senior Daniel Gonzalez, who played some first base last year. He's done a lot of DHing this season for the Wildcats. Also a senior, their shortstop, Jackie King. A junior, their third baseman, Easton Dowell, returning from last season. Outfielder and pitcher, Malachi Lott, a senior. A.J. Carter, an outfielder. He is a senior, and Braden Talamantes, a senior outfielder as well. And some great additions that they've got coming, that they've added this season in their first baseman, Kobe Orell, a young man that we documented his story early in the season, a young man who was on the JV last year as a junior and came in and not only, has done a great job at first base, but man, he's one of those kids that just seems like he's up to bat in the right spot, and he is super clutch. He's been that way throughout the season for the Wildcats, so a great find right there, Kobe Orell. And so the Wildcats, like we said, just kind of peaking at the right time. They're hoping to continue that, and they had a tough run through a tough district, and I'll tell you what, if that doesn't battle test you, I don't know what does. So the Gregory-Portland Wildcats and the Rouse Raiders, let's talk about how these two teams got here. Going to go to the semifinal page on 361hsblast.com and check it out. And for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats, in the by-district round, they swept Mission Veterans Memorial 9-0 in Game 1, 11-3 in Game 2. In the area round, sweeping Sherryland 3-2 in Game 1, 7-0 in Game 2. And in the regional quarterfinal round, sweeping Carroll 1-0 and 7-0. So, Rudy, the other night I looked at these stats and I said in 6 games they have given up 5 runs.
Wow.
Their pitching has just been phenomenal. A combination, of Robbie Spencer, who we'll see tonight, and he's pretty much been their Game 1 starter, and then Malachi Lott, who they'll see tomorrow. And they've just been, you can't say enough about the job that those two young men have done for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats.
Yeah, sometimes people overlook the the pitching staff of the Gregory-Portland Wildcats because these guys can swing it. They hit the ball. They have a lot of runs, like we've seen in the playoffs. They score a lot of runs. They hit the ball. They have a lot of hits in the ball game. They play good defense, and you oversee that pitching staff. And like you said, Spencer and Malachi have pitched phenomenally here in the playoffs. So they look to continue against the Raiders. And Jake, let's talk about how the Raiders got here.
Absolutely. One more thing to note, they have outscored their opponents 38-5 through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. So and just because you reminded me about the hitting, I thought that would be an interesting thing to note there. And let's talk about the Raiders and how they got here.
So the Raiders, like we said, they come out of District 25-5A. They were the 4th place team in the district, and once you go into the playoffs, it does not matter because everybody is 0-0. So in the first round of the playoffs, they had to play a top-notch team right off the bat, and that's New Braunfels Canyon Cougars. New Braunfels Canyon, Jake, I don't know if you remember, but obviously not last year, but the year prior, they were a 6A team that made it, I believe, to the 3rd or 4th round of the playoffs in 6A. And I believe they lost to Reagan in once they got bounced out. But that's a tough team. So they now transitioned down to a 5A school because of the alignment. So, the Rouse Raiders won Game 1 7-5, then lost 13-0 in Game 2, but then came back in Game 3, winning 14-4 in that ball game. And then in the second round of the playoffs, they had to play Floresville, and again they win 3 games. They lost 1-0 to Floresville, then won 4-1, and then won 11-5 in Game 3. And then in the regional quarterfinals, they win a 1-game playoff with their district champions in that same district, Cedar Park Timberwolves, and they won 3-1 in a 1-game playoff. So that is how the Raiders have got to this point of their season, as they will face the Gregory-Portland Wildcats right here on the regional semifinals at Northeast Sports Park in San Antonio, Texas.
And let's talk about the winners of this series will face the winners of the Veterans Memorial versus Dripping Springs series. So, I mean, this is it. This is the Sweet 16, Rudy. There are only 16 5A teams left in the state. A pretty cool spot to be in. You've obviously had a great season if you've made it this far, but neither one of these teams wants to end it here. So we can certainly expect an all-out battle between these two teams.
And one other thing before we have to go for the national anthem, I guess it makes it really, really convenient for both of these teams because, well, guess what? The Veterans Memorial Eagles and the Dripping Springs Tigers play at the exact same field, so no traveling to scout. You stay just at the park. And now same thing with the Veterans Memorial Eagles and Dripping Springs. They stay here and they get to watch these two teams battle it out, and no traveling for other coaches. So now, instead of having a coach travel and you only have 3 coaches in the dugout for that playoff game, well, now you have all 4 coaches into the dugout. So it does make a difference, having all 4 coaches try to keep those guys locked into the dugout, trying to keep them on their feet and encouraging their other teammates. And what I always like to call mudita. Mudita. It is the definition of mudita is you want to be excited for one another than for yourself. You're more excited for your teammate to hit a home run than yourself hitting a home run. And that's a brotherhood, and that brotherhood can make you go all the way to the state tournament. So I'm so excited for this ball game to get underway, as we are going to pause for the national anthem as we are 5 minutes away from game time. You're listening to Blast Vision Live here at Northeast Sports Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts.
3, 2, 1, 0.
It's game time.
Lift off.
So sit back and enjoy the ride right here on Blast Vision.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino as we get going here. And just a reminder, we are not live streaming this game. The UIL had partnered up with someone to be able to live stream this game. They were granted exclusive rights, so we're not able to live stream this one, but we will certainly have the Game Changer stats up there for you guys, and we're gonna have to remember, Rudy, to go back to our our audio broadcast skills, where we kind of have to really paint a picture of what the game is like, and we've kind of gotten away from that, with the video. You guys can see what's going on, so we don't have to talk too much. So we're gonna have to remember to really give you guys a good feel, a good description of what's going on in this ball game, and we're gonna do our best to be able to do that for you guys. So here we go. Let's get you the defensive alignment for these two teams, or rather, let's get you the defensive alignment for the Raiders. In the outfield, left to right, Solomon, Alepa, and Correjo. Forcell at first, Sparshu at second, and that is Joe Sparshu. Luke Sparshu, the shortstop. Diaz at third.
So here we go as Walker Yannick is going to dig into the box. First pitch is up and in for ball one. And we're off and running. 6:59. That's a ball in, ball two. 2-0.
Pitch is driven out to center field, and the center fielder
Alepa
Alepa to his right, and he makes the grab. So one away for the Wildcats here in the top of the first. Going to bring up the Wildcat center fielder, Malachi Lott. Lott digs in from the left side against the right-hander Kidhill. And first pitch misses for ball one. Actually called strike. And that one fisted into shallow in the infield, and it drops right in front of the second baseman Sparshu. Sparshu came running in. It was a looping liner just behind the mound, and the second baseman Sparshu came running in, drops right in front of him, and then on the hop kind of went off the glove and towards the shortstop. So safe at first base is Malachi Lott with an infield single.
That's error here at the field, Jake. So an error on the second baseman.
So to call an error on the second baseman.
Sparshu, and the next batter is Easton Dowell.
Pickoff throw to first base, not in time.
Easton Dowell batting .404 for the season. He has 42 hits in 104 at-bats, scored 32 times, has 49 RBIs for the season.
First pitch in there, called strike one.
Andrew Kidhill, a right-handed pitcher, pretty tall kid, pretty big kid on the mound here for the Raiders. He works from the stretch with the runner at first.
Throw over to first base, not in time.
Third baseman is playing even with the base, and here at Northeast Sports Park, I don't know if we told y'all, but it is an all-turf field here at the ballpark. Even the mound is turf.
There's a strike.
So everything turf here at the ballpark. 320 down the left field line, 350 in left center, 380 in deep center, and then it replicates the same thing on the right side of the field. 350 in right center and 320 down the right field line. As the wind blows straight in here at Northeast Sports Park, another pickoff attempt to first is not in time. So hit the ball in the air. You better definitely square up that baseball. If not, that is just going to float in the air. So no balls and 2 strikes. Still the count is the pitcher Kid Hill stepped off the mound as Malachi pretended to head to second base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That is chopped to the left side. Shortstop's going to pick it up. Throw over to first, and Dow is going to be out at the bag. Close play. But Dow is ultimately called out at first as Malachi is going to get to second base on the 6-3 putout here in the top of the first inning. So 2 outs now here in the first. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Robbie Spencer. So Robbie Spencer comes to the plate, batting .306 for the season. Has 11 hits and 36 at-bats, and Robbie has really come alive in the playoffs and later in this regular season as well, starting to hit the ball very well, getting that average back up over 300 mark. Also a couple bombs later on in the year as well, so Robbie's starting to definitely hit the ball very well. First pitch to Spencer. That's going to catch the outside corner for strike 1. Good velo here from Andrew Kidhill as he is game 1 starter for the Raiders. So far we've seen nothing but a lot of fastballs in this ball game. 0-1 pitch as Malachi's going to take off as that's going to be chopped foul. It's Coach Jonesy in the third base box. Malachi was taken off to the bag at third base, so trying to steal, but it is a foul ball. So the count goes to 0-2 to the batter, Robbie Spencer. And pretty much the first breaking ball that we've seen. I am Rudy Trevino with Jake Vasquez. You're listening to Blast Vision. Game 1 of Gregory-Portland Wildcats and Leander Rouse. 0-2 is the count, and high leg move over to second base. No throw over, however. So Malachi gets back to the bag. So no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Malachi is going to take off to third, and that ball is spiked in the turf as the catcher Heinrich has to block it. Malachi is going to take third base on the stolen bag. So a runner 90 feet away of putting 1 run on the board here in the top of the first. Count is a ball and 2 strikes now. So 1-2 the count to Spencer. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That ball's hit back up the middle for a base hit. An RBI single for Robbie Spencer. And the Gregory-Portland Wildcats scoring 1 here in the top of the first inning. Not taking any time, scoring early in this ball game. And now Robbie Spencer will have to go back into the dugout. We have a courtesy runner for the pitcher, and now his work will be on the defensive side on the mound. So 1-0 here in the top of the first for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats.
Spencer early in the season, he was not in the lineup. He was throwing for the Wildcats, but not only is he in the lineup, hitting in the cleanup spot, Robbie Spencer helping himself out. And that first pitch to Gage Gleineck is in there for a strike. So 1-0 the count on Gleineck, the senior second baseman for the Wildcats.
It's Gage Gleineck batting 125 for the season.
0-1 pitch just low. So 1-1 the count. Pickoff move to first base, not in time. Checking on the runner. That's a courtesy runner out there for Spencer. Let's see if we can get a number, get him logged in there. It looks like number 2. Ground ball chopped over to the third baseman, and he fields it in foul territory. Took a hard bounce, and Diaz, the third baseman, fields it in foul territory, so a foul ball. That is number 3, Baez, I believe, over at first base. Trying to see the number on the front of the jersey. Yes, it is number 3, Baez. Pickoff move to first base, and they are going to tag Baez out. So Baez picked off at first base. Kid Hill to Forcell, and that will do it here in the top of the first. But the Wildcats do get a run across, 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and no one left on base. So after a half inning, Wildcats 1, Raiders coming to bat. Blast Vision live from San Antonio, Texas.
With the sun staying out later and the weather getting warmer, get out and grill. Staple Street Meat Market has the best selection of quality meats for your next barbecue. Known for their Angus beef fajitas, smoked sausages, and new authentic family recipe Ponle brand spices. Like us on Facebook and never miss our weekly specials. We're located at 7626 South Staple Street, number 111 in Kings Crossing. But coming soon, our new location at 7418 South Staple Street is set to open in early 2022. Staple Street Meat Market, proud supporters of South Texas Athletics.
Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas Athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust.
Welcome back to the Staple Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino. New setup. I hope you guys like it. We were trying to do the best we could to give you a virtual look of the field and the stats, which is kind of cool. I really like the stats being readily available the whole time, so that's kind of a cool feel. So apologize again that we were not able to live stream this one for you, but that was kind of out of everybody's hands. The UIL makes those decisions, and so they partnered up with a group who is live streaming here, and so we got a chance, Rudy, to meet the folks from Rouse who do their live stream, and of course we're unable to live stream either, but they're here and they're doing audio for their folks, the Raider fans, and so we want to, if we have any Raider fans listening in, we certainly want to welcome you guys on board. Let's get you a defensive alignment here for the Wildcats.
Here after this first pitch, Jake, is first pitch from Robbie Spencer is going to catch the outside corner for strike 1. So from left to right in the outfield, it is Carter, Lott, and Talamantes. Left to right in the infield, Dow, King, Gleinig, and Orel. Walker Yannick is behind the dish as the 0-1 is going to miss away. Ball 1, 1-1 the count. And on the mound, it is Robbie Spencer. And let's get you some numbers on Robbie Spencer. For the season, 1-1 is the count to the batter, Keegan Solomon. 1-1 is low. 2-1. Robbie Spencer has a .88 ERA, 11-1 overall record for the season. He has started in 11 ball games. Actually, started in 11 games, appeared in 13 of those games. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 offering. That is going to be grounded left side, but foul, as it was hugging the third base line. Spencer, 64 innings pitched this season. He's given up 29 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned runs, 18 walks, and has 90 strikeouts for the year. And the opponents have a batting average of 199. So 199 is the batting average for other teams. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's popped up right side, but it is going to slice and get out of play.
Rudy, want to say hello to some folks who hit us up on the chat. Lindsey Dow, rooting for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. Pete Acuna, our buddy, checking in, says GP's got this. Cindy Moreno also checking in. Chrissy Emerson, a Wildcat fan. Crystal Goss, rooting for the Wildcats as well. Manuel Zamora, another Wildcat fan from Victoria, Texas.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Here's the 2-2 offering. High fastball swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Rudy Hernandez with a question on the chat. He's asking, actually it was Michael Guajardo asking the question, but we do want to say hello to Rudy Hernandez. Michael Guajardo asking, is it a UIL policy or does someone else have the rights to broadcast? And I'll answer that for you here in just a sec.
Here's the first pitch to the next batter of Oscar Salazar of the Raiders, and first pitch is high for ball 1. It was a breaking ball.
To kind of answer your question, we don't know exactly how it works, but it's actually both. The answer to your question is both.
1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Actually, a check swing doesn't matter. Home plate umpire says he goes around. 1-1 the count.
So UIL policy, from what we understand, the way that it works is UIL is partnered up with NHFS, and they, if they choose to broadcast the game, they have exclusive rights to do that, and so that is the reason that no one else could live stream if they are partnered up with the UIL to do that. So that is why neither us nor the folks from Rouse could live stream this game, but we are allowed to do an audio stream, and that's why we are here audio only with you guys, and hopefully we'll have a good time anyway.
Is the 2-1 pitch is lined into left field for a base hit. Actually, he's going to get all the way to the wall, as that ball was scorched off the bat of Salazar. So that is a 1-out double for the Raiders, and now they have a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Rudy, that was really strange. Off the bat, almost went directly to Jackie King, the shortstop, but like it had a little English on it. The ball had a lot of movement off the bat, and it looked like it just fooled Jackie King. He had to have seen it, and as a matter of fact, I think that's what he's doing on the mound, just going over there to talk to his pitcher to say, hey man, I'm sorry, but I mean, it fooled me too. It looked like he was coming right at him, and then it kind of hooked.
Little Tim Wakefield knuckleball right to Jackie King.
So it ended up all the way to the wall in the outfield in a double.
It's Colin Garejo, the next batter. He checks swing. Pitch is called a strike at the plate. 0-1. So a runner in scoring position here for the Raiders in the bottom of the first inning as they look to tie this ball game up in the bottom of the first and trying to answer back of the Wildcats scoring 1 in the top of the first inning. So 0-1 to the batter, Garejo, as that pitch is going to hit the batter on the leg. So Colin is going to be granted first base on the hit by a pitch. So runners at first and second with 1 out. But what that does is now 1 pitch away of the Gregory-Portland Wildcats of getting out of the bottom of the first inning unscathed. Kobe Diaz will be the next hitter here for the Rouse Raiders. Middle infielders in double play depth. Third baseman Dow playing pretty normal. Here's the pitch. Fastball is going to catch the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Never been out to Northeast Sports Park here in San Antonio, Texas. It's an absolute great stadium, as it was built, I believe, 2 or 3 years ago, and ever since it's been built, it has been pretty much the mecca of high school baseball in the playoffs, as the 0-1 is high for ball 1, 1-1 the count. San Antonio being pretty much the middle for a lot of these schools, especially in the Region 4. So a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball called a strike at the plate in It's on the inner half of the batter, Diaz. So 1 and 2 is the count from Robbie Spencer.
Yeah, an absolutely beautiful field, like you mentioned, Rudy. I pulled up to the ballpark and just kind of in awe of it's just nice. The setting here is amazing. The field is beautiful, and man, couldn't ask for a nicer night. Maybe if we had a little cool breeze, that would be good. That kind of blew right through here, but we actually during our pregame we had a picture of the field up for you guys, so you guys could get a look at it, and I'll put one up here again for you guys to see that here in just a sec. It's kind of behind all of the game changer info.
1-2 pitch, that's grounded right back up the middle. It's going to get through for a base hit as the runner for second is going to head to the plate. The throw is on money, and he is going to be tagged out at the plate for the second out of the inning. So Malachi Lott's going to throw out Salazar at home plate. Wow. As that ball was hit up the middle, and it looked like a run was going to come in, but with Malachi's arm, Jake, don't test him.
And he threw it just up the line towards third base, just up the line, and it was perfect. So it wasn't on target, but just up the line, and perfect for Yannick to make the catch and apply the tag. And out at home plate was the runner, Salazar.
Salazar was tagged out at the plate. Coach Jonesy made his way to the field, and I think what he was going to talk about, Jake, was Callejo, the runner at second base, was basically ran into Jackie King, so King couldn't get back to the bag at second base because Walker Yannick, after applying the tag to Salazar, was ready to fire to second base as Callejo was way off the bag at second. He was basically rounding second and heading to third, but doesn't get the call. So runners at first and second, 2 outs still, as the next batter is going to be Andrew Forcell, and the first pitch he looks at is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So a lot of action, and since we don't have the live stream, we have to definitely talk about it a little bit more, as the 0-1 is going to miss away, 1-1. Basically got to paint the picture for you folks. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Still runners at first and second for Rouse. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. That is going to be called a ball. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball catch the outside corner. Strike 2. And the count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-man on here for the Raiders. Robbie Spencer on the mound. So 2-2 is the count. GP fans making some noise. Here's the 2-2 offering, and that ball's hit the left side. King is going to lay it out, throw over to second base, and it is in time as that ball was in the turf. Gleining had to pick it. He touched the bag at second, and it's out number 3. What an exciting bottom of the first inning. Wow.
Oh my goodness. We are in for a treat, folks. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Blast Vision live from San Antonio, Texas. 1-0 Wildcats. They're coming to bat.
Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust. Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Come by and see us at 4313 South Staples in Ottotown. We'd like to wish all of the local teams the best of luck this season from your friends at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
Welcome back to the Staples Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino here in San Antonio, Texas, Northeast Stadium. As a matter of fact, let me let you guys have a view of what this stadium looks like real quick. Let's transition over to that. Beautiful ballpark. That's a picture I took earlier today of what the ballpark looks like here. Amazing ballpark, and we are just having a lot of fun over here at the ballpark. Wildcats coming to bat, and they are going to send up 5, 6, 7 in the order: Gleineck, Orell, and Gonzalez.
Gage Gleineck is going to dig into the box. First pitch he looks at is a fastball that catches the outside corner for strike one. Here in the top of the first inning, the pitcher Andrew Kithill, he was sitting at 86 to 88 mile an hour fastball. As you see, a hook. 0-2 is the count. Swing and a miss from Gage Gleineck. If I had to guess, that breaking ball's coming around about 73 to 75. Fastball's gonna miss low for ball one. 1-2 is the count. So Kithill in the top of the first, 86 to 88. Topped out at 88 in that top of the first inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball popped up in the infield, and Kithill is going to be called off by the first baseman, Forsell. Forsell is going to camp under it, makes the first out of the top of the second. So with one out in the top of the second inning, is going to bring up first baseman number 2, Kobe Orell. So Kobe Orell comes to the plate, and first pitch he looks at is a ball low, 1-0. Let's get you some numbers from Kobe Orell this season. Batting .367 for the year, 33 hits in 90 at-bats, scored 17 times, 23 RBIs for the year. Is the 1-0 pitch. It is going to be called a strike on the outside corner. Low and away was the pitch. So a ball and a strike. Here is the 1-1 offering. Breaking ball is going to hit it into shallow right center. As the ball staying in the air, right fielder Caejo is going to call off center fielder Alepa, and he's going to make the second out of the top of the second. The next batter is going to be Daniel Gonzalez for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. 1-0 Wildcats. Scoring in the top of the first inning thanks to an RBI single from Robbie Spencer, helping his own cause. Here's the first pitch to Daniel Gonzalez. He's going to slap one the other way, and it's going to get out of play.
Say hello to Bonnie Walker checking in from Round Rock, Texas. Go Cats from the Walkers.
So 0-1 the count. Still the left-handed hitter Daniel Gonzalez. Here's the 0-1 offering. That's way outside. Ball one. 1-1 the count.
And have a question from Rita Serna. We'll get to that here after this pitch.
The 1-1 is once again way outside. Ball 2.
She's asking that, said she knows Gregory-Portland was #1 in their district. What about Leander? Leander was actually the 4th place team coming out of District 25 5A. As a matter of fact, they had to beat their district champion in the quarterfinals the last week just to make it here. That pitch is going to be popped up and slicing towards foul territory. A lot of foul territory on the left and right side here at Northeast Stadium. And Solomon, the left fielder, had to go a long way there, but he couldn't get to it. Drops in foul territory. And so the count is evened up at 2-2.
There's that little breeze that you were talking about, Jake. Get a little breeze as the wind blowing straight in, well, in and to the left here at the ballpark.
2-2
2-2 low
pitch.
and in. Ball 3. 3-2, so full count to Daniel Gonzalez. Having a lot of fun already, Jake. We're only in the top of the second inning. 3-2 pitch, breaking ball, and that is going to miss away, ball 4. So a walk issue to Gonzalez as he's going to take his base to first on the base and balls.
It's going to bring up the left fielder, Braden Talamantes. Actually, the right fielder, Braden Talamantes. So Talamantes bats from the right side. Gonzalez with the lead over at first base. Forcell, the first baseman, holding him on. Kid Hill leans in, got the sign, comes set at the belt. Here comes the pitch, and that one is going to be driven out to left field. It's going to land in the glove of Solomon. So Solomon comes in, makes a nice grab on that line shot by Talamantes for out number 3. So for the Wildcats here in the top of the second, no runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base after an inning and a half. Wildcats 1, Raiders nothing. Listen to Blast Vision live from San Antonio, Texas. We'll be right back.
.361hsblast.com, your newest source for Coastal Bend 5A baseball and football news. Matt Rogers, Jake Vasquez, George Vondercheck, Stu Duncan, and Pete Garcia, positively spotlighting student athletes, coaches, programs, and schools through insightful features, video, game stories, stats, fan polls, schedules, rosters, and so much more. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. 361hsblast.com. Come check us out.
Johnny Luna with AutoNation Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick, inviting everyone into the dealership to take a look at the inventory, including brand new 2021 models. But wait, there's more. AutoNation also has the biggest selection of pre-owned cars in town. Free window tint with purchase of any vehicle when you mention you heard this ad on Blast Vision Live. Come and get sold and rolled.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino. We are headed to the bottom of the second inning. 6, 7, 8 due up in the Raider lineup. It is Sparshoe, Heinrich, and Sparshoe. And it's going to be Lucas Sparshoe, the shortstop, to lead things off.
First pitch, you saw a fastball up and in for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Roll over. Actually going to hit off the foot. A foul ball. So 1-1 the count to Lucas Sparshoe.
How about that, Rudy? Brothers up the middle of the infield for the Raiders.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Luke at shortstop and Joe at second.
So a ball and a strike to Lucas Sparshoe. Robbie Spencer still on the mound for the Wildcats as the 1-1 is up and in. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. The regional semifinals officially underway, Jake. Plenty of baseball for you folks right here on Blast Vision as the 2-1 is going to be fouled straight back. And once again, Jake, an early start of the week as the Gregory-Portland Wildcats playing on Wednesdays back-to-back weeks. And it could be maybe a graduation ceremony for Leander Rouse on Saturday, so maybe that's why they decided to go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I mean, who knows what the process of thinking was on there. 2-2 pitch. That's a little in. Ball 3, 3-2.
We know that last week that definitely was the situation. The Wildcats graduating on Friday, so congratulations to all of their seniors, all of these senior Wildcats who graduated. So pretty cool thing when you're playing baseball still, wearing your school colors after graduation.
3-2 offering, and that is going to be fouled straight back. Kind of an off-balance swing from Lucas Sparshoe, but just gets a piece of it. He was way out in front on the breaking ball from Spencer. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the second inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the first out recorded here in the bottom of the second.
That's going to bring up the catcher, number 9, Carter Heinrich. So Heinrich will dig in from the right side. 1 out, base is empty here in the bottom of the second.
It's the pitch. The fastball is going to catch the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 is the count to the batter, Carter Heinrich. And again, apologize, we don't have any stats on the Raiders as the 0-1 is up and in. Ball 1, 1-1 is the count. That wind really spiking up right now.
Feels great.
Oh, I'm not complaining.
A
ball and a strike to the batter Heinrich. 1-1, grounded right to the third baseman Dow. Easy throw over to first is in time for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
2 down, base is empty, and the Raiders will send up number 12, second baseman Joe Sparshu.
So Joe Sparshu, the brother of Lucas Sparshu. Here's the first pitch he looks at, and it's a fastball that catches the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. Robbie Spencer is doing a really good job of, attacking the account early and getting ahead to the Raiders. Here's the 0-1 pitch inside, ball 1, 1-1. Robbie Spencer, a right-handed pitcher for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. They got the righty, got the lefty. 1A, 1B. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball right to the shortstop. King picks it up. Step and throw. Out number 3 here in the bottom of the second inning. So a 1-2-3 inning retired the Raiders as we go to the top of the third. Still 1-0. Gregory-Portland Wildcat lead. You're listening to Blast Vision live in Northeast Sports Park for the regional semifinals.
When I think of Snowball, I think of the hot Corpus summers of my childhood and trips to the original Snowball located at 3830 Baldwin. And now, Snowball 2 has taken that Corpus Christi staple to the south side. Located at 7114 Saratoga, they're your one-stop shop for your favorite snacks. Frito pies, hot Cheetos and cheese, hot dogs, pickles, candy apples, and ice cream. And of course, those amazing snowballs you remember from back when you were a kid. Youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. Best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. LB21, supporting youth baseball in the Coastal Bend area.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino. We are in the top of the third. Wildcats will send up 9-1 and 2 Carter, Yannick, and Lott. AJ Carter, the left fielder, will lead things off. And Kidhill taking his final warm-up pitches. Andrew Kidhill on the mound for the Leander Rouse Raiders. 1-0 Wildcat lead. So if you guys are just joining us, may only be the top of the third, but that bottom of the first inning was pretty exciting. And here we go. 9-1 and 2, and this young man, the hero, a pinch hit RBI single in game 1 last weekend against the Carroll Tigers. It plated the only run of the ball game. It was in the top of the 7th inning of that ball game. And they would roll in game 2 to sweep the series against the Tigers. 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. 1-1 the count on Carter. Carroll Tigers, who had a phenomenal season. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Yeah, good breaking ball from Kid Hill. Started right over the heart of the plate, and Carter fooled on it. Probably thought it was a changeup or a fastball, and pitch just broke off the table at the end.
Swing and a miss on the 1-2 pitch, so Carter will go down swinging for out number 1. Takes us back to the top of the Wildcat order. Walker Yannick to the plate. Yannick 0 for 1 in the ball game. Fly out to center in the first inning. Kid Hill delivers a breaking pitch low and outside. Yannick, the catcher, leads the team in stolen bases. Maybe Rudy can look it up for us real quick. That pitch skipped in the turf. 2-0 the count. Wildcats certainly want him on the base paths.
Yeah, Walker Yannick with 34 stolen bases this season. As a catcher, very impressive.
Chopper to the shortstop. Sparshu with a throw over to first base in time. 2 down. It's going to bring up the Wildcat center fielder, Malachi Lott. And Malachi is 0 for 1. Reached on an error, came around to score the only run of the ball game so far. And the first pitch from Kid Hill is in there for a strike. Again, Lott batting from the left side, so the left-hander Lott versus the right-hander Kid Hill. Kid Hill from the windup. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Sparshu with a good throw over to first base, and it's in time to retire Lott for out number 3. So the Wildcats go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base. After 2.5, 1-0 Wildcats. Blast Vision Live from San Antonio, Texas, Northeast Stadium, the Region 4 semifinals.
J Styles and Cuts on Castores for all your hair needs. Call them at 361-854-7246 to make an appointment today. J Styles and Cuts, proud supporters of South Texas baseball.
Looking to expand your customer base? Hit a home run and advertise right here on Blast Vision. For more information, contact Jake Vasquez at 361-434-0705. That's 361-434-0705. Join us and show your support for South Texas athletics.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth.
Bottom of the third inning, and due up 9-1-2, Alepas, Salomon, and Salazar.
Want to give a shout out to Mr. Dudney here, DJ Dudney's dad from the Carroll Tigers, and our buddy Doug Kesterson. Shout out to those guys making it out to the ballpark as well. Pretty impressive, Rudy. There are 4 tables set up here at the ballpark with folks calling this ball game for these 2 ball clubs. That's pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, once you get to the after the third round, definitely a lot more coverage for these teams. As the first pitch to the batter Jake Alepa, the 9-hole, is a curveball in the turf for ball 1, 1-0. 1-0 is going to hit right back up the middle as King is going to dive. He picks it up, throw over to first on his knees. In time for out number 1.
Jackie King to his knees and using the turf, Rudy. That's twice he's used the turf in his favor. And sliding on his knees just to make that grab. And you know that young man wishes he would have made that line drive shot right to him, and you saw him goes directly to the mound and talk to Robbie Spencer about it. But man, has he made up for it with 2 amazing plays, here in consecutive innings. That one was just one to witness. Sliding on his knees, folks, behind second base to make the grab. A good strong throw over to first base for out number 1, and a swing and a miss here by leadoff man Keegan Solomon. 0-1 to count.
Here is the 0-1 pitch, spiked in the turf, ball 1. So a ball and a strike. And yeah, Jake, when that ball was hit off the bat, past the glove of Robbie Spencer, the pitcher, and I didn't think King was gonna get to it, and
nor did I.
Once again, a tall, lanky kid, and picks it up and on his knees, and let's say he was basically throwing across his body to first base
from
just to have
his knees.
A strong enough arm strength to get it to first base is very impressive. And getting the 9-hole Alepa, who plays center field, so you know that Alepa has some speed. Just all around great play from Jackie King as that 1-1 is fouled off. 1-2.
Hit down the right field line, and let's get you the dimensions here at Northeast Stadium. 320 down the line in right, 320 down the line in left, 380 straightaway center field, and 350 in the power alleys.
So way ahead is Robbie Spencer, 1-2 the count. Here is the offering. That's going to be hit right over the head of the shortstop King and into shallow center field for a 1-out single for Solomon.
You figure Solomon just said, you know what, the only way I'm going to get it past Jackie King is to hit it high enough to where he can't reach it. And so he shoots it over the head of Jackie King and into center field for a base hit. So 1 on, 1 out for Oscar Salazar.
Here's the first pitch to Oscar, up and in, ball 1. Has to get out of the way, and he does. Last time up, Jake, was the, can't say a CNI single because that ball was scorched, but, the Tim Wakefield knuckleball double into left center was his first time up. So, a double, 1-for-1 in the ball game. Here's the offering, and that's going to miss away, ball 2. So, 2 balls and no strikes to the batter, Oscar Salazar, as he is the 2-hole. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the offering, breaking ball, just a bit low. 3-0 the count. Yeah, good pitch from Robbie Spencer. Gregory-Portland Wildcat fans wanted that pitch. It looked good from up here, but doesn't matter what we think.
And I'll tell you what, we have a great seat, folks. I really, really like this ballpark.
3-0 pitch. That is high, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk issued to the batter, Salazar. So puts runners at first and second with 1 out. And it's going to bring up.
That's going to bring up the right fielder, Colin Correjo.
Big left-handed hitter. Plays right field. He is in the 3-hole. No official at-bats. Hit by a pitch his first time up. Here's the first pitch. That's going to catch the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 to the big lefty at the plate. We're going to have time on the field. Looks like Yannick is going to go out and jog out to the mound and talk to Robbie Spencer.
Gonna go to the chat board real quick, say hello to some folks. Anthony Thomas checking in, rooting for the Cats. Lori Lopper, the Loppers watching from Liberty Hill, rooting for the Wildcats. Jerry Carrillo says, let's go Cats, listening from Elgin, Texas. Zach Rhodes listening from Brownwood, Texas. Lisa Dow from Somerville. And Lupita Garza, also a Wildcat fan. Peter Cunha checking in. Jay Styles and Cuts listening in. We want to thank them for jumping on board and sponsoring with us here in the playoffs.
One's going to be bunted left side. Dow's going to pick it up, throw over to first, and it is going to pull Orrell off the bag. It was going to be a tough play anyway, as Dow was playing even with the bag. Really wasn't anticipating a bunt, but the opportunity was there for Colin, and he lays it down perfectly. So bases loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Raiders. We're going to have time on the field as Coach Jonesy's going to make his way onto the field. So bases loaded as Coach Jonesy is talking with his infield. The next batter will be
Kobe Diaz. So Correjo at first, Salazar at second, Solomon at third. 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
And Kobe Diaz, 1 for 1 in the ball game. He's the one who had to single into center field, but then Malachi Lott threw out the runner at the plate. But bases loaded, 1 down. The Gregory-Portland Wildcats a pitch away of getting out of the inning as the middle infielders playing in double play depth. Corners are playing in, even with the grass in the green here on the turf field. Here's the first pitch to Diaz as he looks at a curveball for a ball. 1-0 is the count. The Raiders already with 4 hits in the ball game. But Spencer looking to hold him. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Fastball just a bit off the plate. Ball 2, 2-0. And the Raider fans making some noise. Two balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. That's popped up. Shallow center field as Malachi is under it. And they're going to test the arm again. Malachi's going to throw it to the plate, and it's not in time. It's a little offline, and it's all tied up. 1-1.
In to score, Solomon from third base. Tagged up. Came in to score again. Lott with the throw a little bit up the third base line. This time, I don't know if even a good throw gets him. He was he wasn't too deep. I mean, it had a chance right there, but to throw a little bit up the line, so in to score and a tie ball game. Correjo stays at first, Salazar at second, and at the plate is Drew Forcell. And Forcell, first pitch I believe missed for a ball. 1-0 the count. That pitch going to be driven
into left field as the runner from second is going to head to the plate. It's cut off by Dow, and that is another run for the Raiders. It's 2-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
So Salazar scoring all the way from second base. Carejo will move to second.
So still runners at first and second with 2 outs. Lucas Sparshu is at the plate. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game, struck out looking. And Robbie Spencer is going to be called for a balk as he was on the rubber and the ball fell out of his glove. So the ball falling out of his glove while you're on the rubber, it is considered a balk. So it's going to put runners at second and third on that balk. So Lucas Sparshu has a couple runners in scoring position. Raiders lead 2-1 in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the first pitch, and Sparshu looks at ball 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Robbie Spencer, and we can say officially because there's a scoreboard that has a pitch count. This will be pitch number 53, swing and a miss, strike 1, 1-1 the count. So that was pitch number 53 from Robbie Spencer here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss at the curveball. Way ahead was Sparshu. So Spencer trying to get out of this inning with no more runs. They trail now 2-1 to the Raiders. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 offering. That's fouled straight back into the netting. And we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He was right on that pitch right there, Rudy. Just missed it. Fouled it straight back into the netting. So Forcell at second, Correjo at third. But 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
Is the 1-2 pitch, and that is low for ball 2. 2-2. Walker Yannick and the Wildcats thought it was strike 3. They were making their way towards the dugout, but home plate umpire calls it a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Spencer kind of takes a walk around the mound right there to collect his thoughts.
Here is the 2-2 pitch. Curveball's high, ball 3. 3-2 now the count. The Wildcats trail 2-1 in the bottom of the third inning. The Rouse Raiders are the home team in this ball game. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and that is going to be called ball 4. Another close pitch that was pretty much right on the line of the zone, but home plate umpire calls it a ball. So that is going to walk Sparshu, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Carter Heinrich. So Carter Heinrich is at the plate. Long bottom of the third inning. Heinrich is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Here's the first pitch to Heinrich. Looks at strike 1 on the outside corner.
Some mock cheers right here from the Wildcat fans.
No balls and a strike. 0-1. That's going to be grounded down the line for a base hit, as 1 run's going to come in to score. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Runner for first, Sparshu's going to round third. He's going to come in to score, and that's a bases clearing double, and it is 5-1. Leander Rouse Raiders here in the bottom of the third.
Their fans are going nuts. The team is going nuts. These guys are dancing around. And the Wildcats trying to reset here. Find themselves down 5-1 here at the bottom of the third inning.
Joe Sparshu will be the next batter here for the Leander Rouse Raiders. And we got a good view as inside the dugout of the Raiders, and yeah, fired up bunch. They lead 5-1 in game 1 of the regional semifinals. There's a runner from second is going to take off the third. Throw is not in time. As Heinrich is going to take third base. The pitch was called a strike at the plate, so 0-1. So no balls in the strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss out of curveball. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's going to paint the outside corner for strike 3. And that is going to be out number 3. But Leander Rouse scoring 5 runs on 4 hits. There was no errors and 1 man left in scoring position. As we go to the top of the 4th inning, it is a 5-1 Leander Rouse Raider lead. You're listening to Blast Vision live here at Northeast Sports Park.
With the sun staying out later and the weather getting warmer, get out and grill. Stable Street Meat Market has the best selection of quality meats for your next barbecue. Known for their Angus beef fajitas, smoked sausages, and new authentic family recipe, Ponle brand spices. Like us on Facebook and never miss our weekly specials. We're located at 7626 South Staple Street, number 111 in Kings Crossing. But coming soon, our new location at 7418 South Staple Street is set to open in early 2022. Stable Street Meat Market, proud supporters of South Texas Athletics.
Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas Athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust.
And welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth as we are going to the top of the 4th inning. And 5-1, Leander Rouse leads over the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. And due up for the Wildcats is 3, 4, and 5, Dow, Spencer, and Gleinig. And let's see what the Gregory-Portland Wildcats can do here in the top of the 4th. They trail by 4 runs now in this ball game. All 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning for Leander. They got their man Andrew Kithill on the mound. Kithill, he is a commitment to Warden Community College next year. His first pitch is a breaking ball high for ball 1. Average velo of 88 mile an hour fastball. 1-0 pitch. That's going to be grounded back up the middle for a base hit. So Easton Dow gets a a leadoff single here in the top of the 4th. So a leadoff single for Easton Dow and the Wildcats. Robbie Spencer comes to the plate. Robbie Spencer's 1 for 1 in the ball game with a base hit up the middle. RBI single his last time up. 0-1 is going to catch the inside corner for a strike. No balls in the strike to Robbie. Dow at first base, Robbie at the plate. Pickoff attempt to first, not in time. Another pickoff attempt to first, also not in time.
Shout out to Trey Meismer listening from Norman, another Wildcat fan, and Dolores Moreno as well. Thank you guys so much for checking in on the chat.
Another pickoff attempt to first, not in time. 3 in a row. Does Kid Hill make it 4?
I believe Dow just behind Yannick in stolen bags, so keeping an eye on him as that pitch is up and a snap throw from the catcher Heinrich over to first base, but again Dow back in time.
So it wasn't a pickoff attempt, but it was still a throw down to first base, so a lot of attention to Easton Dow at first.
That pitch gonna miss up, so 2-1 count here on Spencer.
And Jake, you are correct. 26 stolen bases for Easton Dow. He's second on the team. He's 26 for 27 on the year. Pretty good percentage.
Those some pretty good numbers right there. Kid Hill set at the belt and he spikes that one in the turf. So 3-1 to count on Spencer.
Yeah,
one on, nobody out.
A long layoff for Andrew Kidhill, and here in the coming back out in the top of the fourth, a little miss on his pitches, just been a little wild.
Ground ball through the left side for a base hit. Spencer 2 for 2 in the ball game. His second base hit of the night. So first and second, nobody out. Here come the Wildcats.
Plenty of baseball. We're only in the top of the fourth inning. Nobody out. Runners at first and second for the Wildcats, and it is Gage Gleinig to the plate, as Gage is 0 for 1 in the ball game, as he flied out to the first baseman. So a pop up to the first baseman for Sell. And we're gonna have time on the field as Heinrich is gonna go talk to his pitcher Kidhill.
Andrew Kidhill, big right-hander on the mound for the Rouse Raiders.
Still have time on the field. I want to remind you folks, tomorrow we got game 2 of the Gregory-Portland Wildcats right here on Blast Division 2 also.
Gleinig showing bunt. That one's going to hit him on the shoulder. So that will load him up. Nobody out for Kobe Orell. And I said it before the game started. It seems like in big moments, it's always Kobe Orell up at the plate for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. Let's see if the young man can stay true to form and come through for his team.
As head coach Krempin is going to go out and he's going to talk to his pitcher, Kidhill. And again, game 2 will be right here on Blast Division 2. But before the Gregory-Portland Wildcats and the Leander Rouse game 2, we'll have game 1 right here on Blast Division 2 with the Veterans Memorial Eagles and the Dripping Springs Tigers, as they are playing at the same field. And the Veterans Memorial Eagles and Dripping Springs Tigers have the first game of our doubleheader on Blast Division 2. And then Jake will be making his way out to Jordanton, as he's going to have games 1 and 2 of the London Pirates and Marion series, as they decided to play games 1 and 2 on Thursday. So Jake making his way about an hour south.
And we'll get underway in game 1. It's a 4:30 first pitch, so I'll be on the air at 4 p.m. and that one will be live streamed. Those 2 games will be live streamed, so we'll have those for you. Ground ball to the shortstop, flip to second for 1, over to first base. Not in time, goes in and out of the glove of first baseman Forcell.
Wow, they did have the double play, Jake, but Forcell just dropped the baseball, plain and simple. Orell, he laid out at first, and he slid at first base, but it just, Forcell dropped the baseball, so the Gregory-Portland Wildcats will take it. It is a 5-2 ball game, only 1 out on the fielder's choice from Kobe Orell, and it's going to be Daniel Gonzalez next as he hits for Jackie King, the shortstop.
5-2 ball game, and you could never assume the double play, so no error in that in that particular play, it is just a fielder's choice. Kobe Orrell reaches on a fielder's choice as they force Gleinig at second base. The runner for Spencer over to third. I believe that is Baez once again. So Gonzalez at the plate, runners at the corners, 1 out. And the Wildcats have pushed a run across. Here comes the first pitch, showing bunt, stabs at it. So the count is 0-1.
Yeah, Gonzalez just showed it late, Jake, and like you said, stab was the right word because he did stab at the baseball. You would like to keep the bat a little bit more level through the zone and just let that baseball hit the bat. So they were looking for a safety squeeze in that situation. Third to first move.
Kid Hill, that little third to first move right there. You see Diaz, the third baseman, he's almost on the infield green with Gonzalez showing bunt. Again, he shows bunt, and he bunts it foul at the plate. And so 0-2 the count.
And you see Coach Jones, he kind of just throwing up his hands. Maybe he called it off, but Gonzalez still thinking, okay, I need to lay down the bunt. But now you're down 0-2 to a really good pitcher of Andrew Kidhill. Just making it a little bit harder for yourself, but just put the ball in play. Try to scratch another run if you are the Wildcats.
And Kidhill going to step off. So Orrell at first. Forcell holding him on at first base. Baez over at third. Diaz playing even with the bag now. Middle infielders back. 0-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Gonzalez will go down swinging 2-away.
Like I said, Jake, you just make it harder on yourself after going down 0-2 and, you know, just one swing and miss and you get a strikeout, and that's a big out for the Raiders. So the next batter will be Braden Talamantes as he flied out to the left fielder. His first time up, actually lined out to the left fielder. He hit a absolute rocket off the bat, but right to the left fielder, Solomon. So still runners at the corners, 2 outs.
That pitch is going to be popped up into shallow center field. Actually, it's drifting back in towards the infield, and it's Sparshu, the second baseman, who will squeeze it for out number 3. But the Wildcats, they do scratch across a run here in the top of the 4th. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. 2 men left on base. So after 3.5, 5-2 Raiders. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Blast Vision live from Northeast Stadium in San Antonio, Texas.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Come by and see us at 4313 South Staples in Ottotown. We'd like to wish all of the local teams the best of luck this season from your friends at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. .361hsblast.com, your newest source for Coastal Bend 5A baseball and football news. Matt Rogers, Jake Vasquez, George Vondercheck, Stu Duncan, and Pete Garcia, positively spotlighting student athletes, coaches, programs, and schools through insightful features, video, game stories, stats, fan polls, schedules, rosters, and so much more. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. 361hsblast.com. Come check us out.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino, game 1 of this best of 3 series between the Gregory-Portland Wildcats and Leander Rouse. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Raiders up 5-2. They'll send up 9-1 and 2, Alepa, Salomon, and Salazar.
First pitch is up and in for ball 1. 1-0 to the batter, Jake Alepa, as Alepa actually led things off in the bottom of the 3rd inning. One 0 pitch. Alepa looks at ball 2. 2-0. So 5-2 our score as the Gregory-Portland Wildcats scoring 1 in the top of the 4th inning. And that is tough, having bases loaded with nobody out, and with the lineup the Gregory-Portland Wildcats have, only scoring 1 run, it's definitely tough. This 2-0 pitch is called a strike at the plate, even though Yannick missed that pitch. But called a strike, I believe.
Yeah, I believe he did call a strike.
He did. So
yeah,
2
they're
balls and a strike.
correcting it up on the scoreboard.
So 2 balls and 1 strike to Alepa. Robbie Spencer still on the mound. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2 is now the count.
67 pitches. That was number 67 for Robbie Spencer.
Yeah, a lot of pitches. And through 4 innings for Kit Hill, he is at 51 pitches in this ball game. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, check swing. He does go around. That is out number 1. So with 1 out, it's going to bring up Keegan Solomon.
Top of the order here for the Raiders.
First pitch to Solomon is up and in, ball 1.
Keegan 1 for 2 in the ball game, struck out and then singled into center field in his second at bat. So 1 for 2. Raider left fielder.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That is called a strike. 1-1. Jake, you look out in left field, you got a couple people in left field. So you're technically not into the actual stadium. Pretty much not even in the parking lot. It was just the road to get to the parking lot, and got a couple people sitting out over there now, watching the ball game.
It's a little small hill out there. They're sitting kind of at the top of the hill where there's some flags.
1-1. That's going to be hit through the left side for a 1-out single for Solomon. Second hit of the ball game here in the bottom of the 4th.
1 on, 1 out for the designated hitter, Oscar Salazar. And Salazar, 1 for 1, doubled his first time up, walked in his last at bat. So 1 for 1 in the ball game is Salazar.
Here's the first pitch, and throw over to first, not in time. Pitch also missed for a ball. 1-0 the count to Oscar Salazar. So 5-2 Gregory-Portland Wildcats trail to the Leander Rouse Raiders in game 1. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. As we get into our middle innings of our ball game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Curveball that's low. 2-0 the count. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out. And I'll be interested, Jake. I wonder if the Gregory-Portland Wildcats are actually staying here in San Antonio, or they have to go back to Corpus Christi or back to Gregory-Portland, and pickoff move to first is not in time.
It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting question. I wonder too if I guess that would depend on their school district, I suppose. You know, if they opted to put them up for the night.
2-0's high, ball 3.
With the possibility of having to stay 2 nights, though. I believe because the Veterans Memorial Eagles play tomorrow and not again, game 2 not until Saturday, I imagine they will be going home and coming back. But that is an interesting thought right there. I don't know.
3 balls and no strikes. Robbie Spencer working from the stretch as Salazar showing bunt. pulls it back and looks at strike one. So 3 balls and a strike now, so hitters count to Oscar. That was pitch number 75 from Robbie Spencer. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That is high for ball 4. So Spencer is going to walk the 2-hole, puts runners at first and second with 1 out.
Lead for Spencer. That is the 3rd walk that he has issued in this ball game, and just a little bit different version of Robbie Spencer than we're used to seeing, you know, in game 1 of the last few series that the young man has pitched in. And that will draw a visit from Coach Jonesy over to the mound.
And there is somebody warming up in the Gregory-Portland Wildcat bullpen. So
see if we can
see if Coach Jonesy is going to let Robbie Spencer with the baseball, and he is. So he's making his way back into the dugout. Robbie Spencer is going to stay on the mound for now. And we do have somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats.
It looks like that is Christian Mayer warming up over there for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. So should they need him, Mayer's getting loose. Another right-hander, Christian Mayer. But for now, it's Robbie Spencer.
First pitch to Colin Carejo, as he is going to swing and miss at the first pitch. 0-1. Runners at first and second. The Wildcats would love a double play here. Get some momentum on their side. 0-1. That's going to find the lower half of the zone. Strike 2. 0-2. So Spencer now, he is way ahead of Colin. Colin is 1 for 1, hit by a pitch and singled a bunt single his first time or his second time up. No balls and 2 strikes. Robbie shakes his head, now set. Long look over at second base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball's just a bit in. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5-2 our score. Raiders scoring all 5 of their runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Bonnie Walker checking in on the chat said they are not staying the night. They are going home after the ball game and coming back up tomorrow.
That is tough. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That is grounded but foul. First baseman Orrell diving. He wasn't going to take any chances. That ball pretty much started right down the first base line, but had the angle towards the foul territory, and it does go foul. So the count is a ball and 2 strikes. I guess the good thing is they do play not until 7:30 tomorrow. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, as Colin's going to chase a fastball way out of the zone. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Great job right there, and a big out for Robbie Spencer as he got the young man to chase, like you said, Rudy, outside the zone. But a big out with a runner in scoring position, but now 2 down, trying to keep this score 5-2 and give his teammates a chance to get back in it.
First pitch is going to be spiked into the turf, and Walker Yannick with a great block behind the dish, as the next batter is Kobe Diaz. Diaz in the ball game, 1 for 1, single back up the middle, and has a sac fly as well.
Yannick, he's a tough dude back there behind the dish, Rudy. You know, we talked about him being a catcher, and man, you would think that, you know, in the stance for however many innings he goes, you know, every single time, you know, at least 7 innings, but still able to lead the team in stolen bases. But I'll tell you what, you know, talking with Coach Jonesy, he said the best thing about Walker Yannick, probably the most important asset that he brings to this ballpark, this ball club, is the ability to steal strikes behind the plate right there. And
it's those little things that add up, as that pitch was called a strike. Here's the 1-1 that is in the turf. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike.
We haven't even talked about the arm. It's a good one.
Haven't even talked about the offenses. Walker can definitely swing it as well. So
yes, he can.
All around 5-tool player behind the dish. You really don't see that too much. 2 balls and a strike.
You get a good defensive catcher, and you're happy to get any offense that he'll give you as long as he does his job behind the dish. But Yannick,
2-1, and that's a big chopper right over the head of Dow. Actually, he's gonna grab it, but that is gonna be an infield single. And good job by Easton Dow just to secure that catch as it bounced right in front of the plate. Took a high chop right over the head of Dow, but he does put a glove on it. If not, that is definitely gonna be a run for the Raiders.
And Rudy, we could see the back of his jersey when he made that grab kind of over his shoulder. You know, that one looked like, right off the bat, I thought, man, there's no way that he gets to that one fast enough. But Easton Dow plays a great third base, and he does get to it. And you're right, saving a run right there. But that loads him up for Drew Forcell.
First pitch Forcell looks at is called a strike on the inner half, 0-1. And this is a big inning here for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats, Jake. They need to get out of this inning with no run scoring from the Raiders. You know, you just scored one in the top of this inning, and you don't want to give it back. It's a 3-run ball game. Robbie Spencer needs to bear down. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that is spiked, and Walker Yannick is going to block it. The runner from third is going to try to come home, and Yannick is going to tag him out at the plate for out number 3. And Solomon was the guy who tagged up. He had the sac fly. He tagged up and scored, so he thought with his wheels, but Yannick did a good job of blocking it not too far away, picked it up, and basically just put his whole body on him and pretty much blocked the plate. And that is out number 3, a big out and a way to go as the Wildcats get out of the bottom of the 4th inning with no runs given up. And we go to the top of the 5th, still 5-2 Raiders. You listen to Blast Vision Live here at Northeast Sports Park.
Johnny Luna with AutoNation Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick, inviting everyone into the dealership to take a look at the inventory, including brand new 2021 models. But wait, there's more. AutoNation also has the biggest selection of pre-owned cars in town. Free window tint with purchase of any vehicle when you mention you heard this ad on Blast Vision Live. Come and get sold and rolled.
When I think of Snowball, I think of the hot Corpus summers of my childhood and trips to the original Snowball located at 3830 Baldwin. And now, Snowball 2 has taken that Corpus Christi staple to the south side. Located at 7114 Saratoga, they're your one-stop shop for your favorite snacks. Frito pies, hot Cheetos and cheese, hot dogs, pickles, candy apples, and ice cream. And of course, those amazing snowballs you remember from back when you were a kid.
Welcome back to the Staples Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino here with the call for you guys. We head to the top of the 5th inning. 5-2 Raider lead, but here come the Wildcats. They'll send up 9-1-2. A.J. Carter, Walker Yannick, and Malachi Lott. So Carter will lead things off here. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. And the first pitch from Kid Hill misses up for ball 1.
You know, even though it's a 5-2 ball game, Wildcat fans and the dugout still alive in this ball game as they are still fired up. This pitch is in the turf, ball 2-0, and momentum is basically shifted over to the Wildcats. Scoring in the top of the 4th inning and then getting out of a bases loaded with 2 outs.
And that pitch, the 1-1.
And later in this ball game, Kid Hill has had trouble finding the zone, as right now he's at 55 pitches officially. So they do have a pitch count here at Northeast Sports Park at the stadium, here at the scoreboard.
3-0 pitch. Carter was headed towards first base, but the home plate umpire said it was in there for a strike. So 3-1 to count.
Yeah, close pitch, but it was a full take from A.J. Carter, and actually called it a ball 4 there. Sorry about that.
And that pitch is going to be popped up right side in shallow right field. Sparshoe, the second baseman, will make the grab right in front of Correjo, the right fielder. So Sparshoe retires Carter for out number 1. Top of the order now, Yannick to the plate.
Yannick 0 for 2, flied out to the center fielder and grounded out to the third baseman, shortstop that is. You know, you don't want to hit the ball in the air at this ballpark. Wind blows straight in, and there's not a lot of wind in our face right now, but it does gust, and I'm pretty sure there's some wind above us, and you just kind of see the baseball float.
That pitch is going to be driven out to left field, but slicing foul. Gets out of the ballpark and onto the street that Rudy was talking about earlier, but just couldn't keep it fair.
Well, that definitely was not a fly ball. That was a line shot. That definitely would have got out of the ballpark. Oh, it did get out of the ballpark, but just it hooked foul.
Swing and a miss, 0-2.
So a couple big hacks here. Now you're going to see the shortening up approach from Walker Yannick. Just try to put the ball in play a little pepper with it, and see what the defense can do.
Kid Hill spikes that 0-2 pitch, so 1-2 the count.
Both Robbie and Kid Hill, you know, sitting around 86 to 88, and I know Robbie Spencer topped out at 90 in this ball game.
1-2 pitch driven out to center field. The center fielder, Alepa, to his right, and he'll squeeze it two-way. So
Malachi
2 up,
Lott will be the next batter.
2 up, 2 down here for Malachi Lott. And he is 0 for 2 in the ball game.
Reached on an error from the second baseman and also grounded out to the shortstop.
Lott bats from the left side. Fouled off the first pitch. Fouled off at the plate. So 0-1 to count. Kid Hill from the windup. Here comes the delivery, and that one's low and outside. 1-1, and here comes that breeze, Rudy. And man, does that feel nice. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
And once again, Jake, you know, both Walker and Malachi putting some huge swings on it. Got to shorten up with this 2-strike approach now. Ball and 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and Lott will go down swinging for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for the Wildcats. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 4.5, it is 5-2 Rouse. You listen to Blast Vision Live, San Antonio, Texas.
Chris Bernal with LB21 Tournaments and Perfect Game, hosting the best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. Best youth baseball tournaments in South Texas. LB21, supporting youth baseball in the Coastal Bend area.
J Styles and Cuts on Castores for all your hair needs. Call them at 361-854-7246 to make an appointment today. J Styles and Cuts, proud supporters of South Texas baseball.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez, Rudy Trevino here from Northeast Stadium in San Antonio. This is the Region 4 semifinal. Only 16 teams left in 5A. Well, 16 teams left in every classification. So the Sweet 16. And we were talking earlier with the folks from Rouse. You know, they were asking who we were covering, and we've still got a ton of South Texas teams left in here. In 5A, Gregory-Portland and Veterans Memorial. Veterans Memorial, Rudy will have them tomorrow here at this ballpark. And in the 4A classification, and I'm going to go check out the page so I don't miss anybody. 4A semifinals as we get underway here.
Andrew Forsell is going to lead things off for the Raiders, and first pitch from Robbie Spencer is low for ball 1. 1-0.
So Sinton and Toloso Midway, they get underway tomorrow.
1-0 pitch is low, ball 2.
We'll have the Friday game over on Blast Vision. That Friday game at 7 p.m. All games at Coastal Bend College. So we'll have that Friday game from that series.
2 balls and no strikes. Here's a 2-0 pitch, and once again misses low, ball 3. So 3 straight pitches that miss low.
Calallen and Novato, they get underway tomorrow as well, I believe. And we'll have game 2 of their series on Friday. 2:30 first pitch on that game, and Rudy will have it right here on Blast Vision 2.
3-0 pitch is going to catch the inside corner for strike 1. So 3-1 the count.
Also in 3A, the London Pirates, and we'll have the first 2 ball games, Marion versus London. We'll have them over on Blast Vision tomorrow, and that series game 1 starts at 4:30. We'll be on the air at 4 o'clock with our pregame show, and then the Bishop Badgers. We will have the Badgers on Saturday over on Blast Vision. So we'll be a little bit busy, but that's the way we like to do things.
This pitch going to miss low for ball 4. So a leadoff walk issued to Forsell. That's going to bring up Lucas Sparshu. And yeah, I mean, we're very fortunate how the schedule turned out, and we actually get to call 1 game for every single Coastal Bend team. So we definitely lucked out, as that first pitch misses high for ball 1, 1-0.
Yeah, we definitely got lucky on that. And Rudy, for a change, you get to sleep in your own bed. How about that?
That's definitely going to be nice. Only a 20-minute drive from my house to the ballpark, as 1-0 is going to miss low for ball 2, 2-0.
I'm couching it tonight, and I'll head to Jordanton in tomorrow afternoon.
2-0 pitch. That's right down the middle. So 2 balls and a strike. Robbie Spencer, little troubles here in the bottom of the 5th inning with his command. Finally finds the zone to Sparshu. There's a 2-1 pitch. That is going to find the zone high in the zone, but umpire calls it a strike as Robbie Spencer, that was pitch number 96 in the ball game. So we're in the bottom of the 5th inning, no outs. 2-2 pitch, and that is going to be hit back up the middle for a base hit. So a single puts runners at first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th.
9th hit of the ball game for the Raiders. These guys can swing it.
Yeah, they've hit the ball very well, and you know, we haven't seen a lot of hits against Robbie Spencer or the Gregory-Portland Wildcats in the playoffs. So a different ball game for the Wildcats, but good teams always try to find a way to win games, and that's what the Wildcats are going to try to do. Robbie Spencer is going to throw over to first base as that was bunted right back to Spencer. So they're going to move him over. Great bunt by Heinrich. Puts runners at second and third with one out. It's going to bring up Joe Sparshu. Sparshu's over two. First pitch, and that's going to be lined right to Jackie King. King is going to tag out the runner at second base as he was too much off the bag. And a big double play. First two runners get on base for the Raiders. A sac bunt, and then a big double play by Jackie King. This time he is going to glove the line drive, double him up, and get out of the bottom of the fifth with no runs. Still 5-2 our score. You listen to Blast Vision Live here at Northeast Sports Park for Game 1 of the regional semifinals.
Looking to expand your customer base? Hit a home run and advertise right here on Blast Vision. For more information, contact Jake Vasquez at 361-434-0705. That's 361-434-0705. Join us and show your support for South Texas athletics.
With the sun staying out later and the weather getting warmer, get out and grill. Stable Street Meat Market has the best selection of quality meats for your next barbecue. Known for their Angus beef fajitas, smoked sausages, and new authentic family recipe Ponle brand spices. Like us on Facebook and never miss our weekly specials. We're located at 7626 South Staple Street, number 111 in Kings Crossing. But coming soon, our new location at 7418 South Staple Street is set to open in early 2022. Stable Street Meat Market, proud supporters of South Texas athletics.
Welcome back to the Stable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino with the call. 5-2 Rouse after 5 innings of play here at Northeast Stadium in San Antonio. Wildcats coming to bat here in the top of the 6th. 3-4-5 due up. Easton Dow, Robbie Spencer, and Gage Gleineck. So Dow will lead things off. And Easton, he's 1 for 2. Grounded out, but he singled in his last at-bat. Andrew Kidhill back out on the mound. And he is at 64 pitches officially. My man Rudy might have missed a couple of pitches. And the first delivery to Dow is going to miss up for ball 1. So a 1-0 count. Wildcats looking for some base runners, trailing by 3 runs here in the top of the 6th. And Kidhill delivers a breaking pitch in there for a strike. So a ball and a strike. And that 1-1 pitch is going to miss low and outside, so 2-1 the count on Dow. Kidhill from the windup, 2-1 pitch on the way. There's a strike on the outer half. So 2-2 the count. Dow, a little check swing and fouls it off. Thought for a second maybe it was a hit by a pitch. Looked like Dow kind of pointed to the elbow, but the home plate umpire says no. So with the foul ball, a 2-2 count remains, and
I'm back.
and that pitch was fouled off. So another foul ball. Missed that one, Rudy.
That's going to be called strike 3 on the outside corner, out number 1. So went out here in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to bring up Robbie Spencer, who's 2 for 2 in the ball game. And Jake went to the restroom really quick, and they got 2 food trucks back here. It is desserts. They got some snow cones, and then they also got some ice cream as well. So
You got to be kidding me, man.
I wanted to stop.
You should have. Popped up in the infield, and Luke Sparshoe, the shortstop, makes the grab behind the mound for out number 2. A high pop fly by Spencer. So 2 up, 2 down for the Wildcats. Gage Gleinig to the plate. Gleinig, he's looking for his first base hit. Flew out, or popped up to the first baseman, and then he was hit by a pitch. So he's 0 for 1 in the ball game. You should have brought us a taco, Rudy.
Still 5-2, and Wildcats running out of outs.
Kid Hill delivers a strike on the outer half. Just missing perhaps low with that 0-1 pitch. So 1-1 to count on Gleinig. They're going to appeal down to the first base umpire on that check swing, and the first base umpire says no, he did not go around. So 2-1 to count. That one's going to be driven out to right field, not deep. In fact, the second baseman, Sparshoe, is going to make the grab. So the Wildcats go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base. So we played 6 here at the ballpark, and it's a 5-2 Raider lead. You listen to Blast Vision live from Northeast Stadium in San Antonio.
Rick Sines with Z-Bart of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Stop by their location at 4535 Everhart for auto alarms, window tint, diamond gloss, auto detailing, rhino linings, and more. Call 361-985-9274 for more information or to make an appointment. Z-Bart, it's us or rust. Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram of Corpus Christi is a proud supporter of South Texas athletics. Come by and see us at 4313 South Staples in Autotown. We'd like to wish all of the local teams the best of luck this season from your friends at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
Welcome back to the Staples Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez, Rudy Trevino with the call for you here in this one. We'll check the chat real quick, Rudy. Before we come back, Garrett Collier checking in. And Rudy Hernandez said King is having himself a game on defense. Yes, he is. That's Jackie King, the Wildcat shortstop. And Trey Meismer says, a 4 seed whose whole lineup can really swing it. That's pretty crazy, and yeah, it is. We have not seen anything like this, and neither have the Wildcats. But we head to the bottom of the 6th inning and see what part of the order they have coming up here. It's going to be 9-1 and 2, Alepa, Solomon, and Salazar. Spencer back out on the mound. That was pitch number 99. For the young man, 110 is the pitch limit.
As Alepa showed bunt called a strike. 0-1. And Jake, you can see on the stats as well, the Raiders, only 2 hitters out of their lineup have not have a hit in this ball game. As the 0-1 is called a strike. 0-2. And that is Alepa and also Joe Sparshoe. Other than that, everybody else has a hit on their lineup. So, like you said, 1 through 9 definitely can swing. 0-2 pitch. That's the outside corner. Strike 3. 1, 2, 3. Get yourself a strikeout for out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and go back to the top of the lineup with Keegan Solomon. And Solomon has been swinging it well. He's 2 for 3, a couple singles on the left side of the field. This pitch is going to be hit left side, and that is going to be a foul ball. 0-1. No balls and a strike to Keegan Solomon. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is low. So a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that is going to be fouled off. 1-2 the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-2. The Ender Rouse Raider lead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Is high. Ball 2. 2-2 the count. Pitch number 105. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here is the 2-2 pitch. That is rolled over, foul. We'll do it again at 2-2.
I want to say hello to Brandon Gullett. I hope I said that correctly. And listening in from the swamps of South Louisiana. That's the beautiful thing about the internet and an online broadcast. You can listen in from wherever you're at. Pitch miss.
2 pitches in the turf. Ball 3. And on the last broadcast, I had someone listening in from California. All over the world, as that pitch is going to be grounded right back to Robbie Spencer. He's going to flip it over to first base. Pretty much could have touched the bag at first if he wanted. As the batter, Solomon, holding his bat the whole way to first base. Never let it go. So that is out number 2. So with 2 outs, it is going to bring up Oscar Salazar, and Robbie Spencer is at 108 pitches. So this is probably his last, well, now officially will be his last batter of the ball game with the 110 pitch count limit, because that was pitch 109. This will be 110, and you can go over the 110 pitch mark as long as it's on the same batter. So 1 ball, no strikes to the batter, Salazar. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is high, but called strike 1, high in the zone. So 1-1 the count. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. That was pitch 110, so Robbie will pitch 111, and that is swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Robbie looking to get out of this inning, 1-2-3 inning, and see if the Wildcats can get the bat going. Somebody coming in from the bullpen of the Raiders. 1-2 pitch is high, ball 2, 2-2. Pretty much a just in case guy, as Kid Hill is done a really good job in this ball game. He's only at 76 pitches. Here is the offering, and that is in the turf. Ball 3-2. So even if Robbie Spencer walks him, that is going to be the end of the line for Spencer, and somebody else will have to come in to relief. 3 balls and 2 strikes is the count.
Number 10, but I don't see him on the roster that we have. So number 10 for the Raiders.
3-2 pitch. That is going to be grounded left side. Dow picks it up, sets his feet, throw over to first is in time for out number 3. So we do go to the top of the 7th inning. Last at bat for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. They trail by 3 runs. They need 3 runs to go to the bottom of the 7th. They need 4 runs to take the lead. Don't go anywhere, as we will have the top of the 7th right here on Blast Vision.
Just want to stay here for a little bit and give you guys a little bit of that. Sights and sounds of the game. We'll be right back.
.361hsblast.com, your newest source for Coastal Bend 5A baseball and football news. Matt Rogers, Jake Vasquez, George Vondercheck, Stu Duncan, and Pete Garcia, positively spotlighting student athletes, coaches, programs, and schools through insightful features, video, game stories, stats, fan polls, schedules, rosters, and so much more. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. 361hsblast.com. Come check us out.
Johnny Luna with AutoNation Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick, inviting everyone into the dealership to take a look at the inventory, including brand new 2021 models. But wait, there's more. AutoNation also has the biggest selection of pre-owned cars in town. Free window tint with purchase of any vehicle when you mention you heard this ad on Blast Vision Live. Come and get sold and rolled.
Welcome back. Sable Street Meat Market broadcast booth. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino. Here we go. Top of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Wildcats. They trail by 3. They will send up 6, 7, 8 in the order. It's Kobe Orrell to lead things off. In the first pitch, swinging, and he fouls it off first base side. So an 0-1 count on Orrell. Kobe, he is 0 for 2. Line out and a ground out for the Wildcat first baseman. Kid Hill from the windup, and that one is going to be driven out to left field. Coming in is Solomon, and he squeezed. Actually, Solomon coming in, and Sparshu going out. It's Sparshu who makes the grab, the shortstop.
The brothers have been playing phenomenal baseball. They've been playing some really good as they see that ball in the air, and both Joe and Lucas have tracked down a lot of those baseballs that are hit into shallow right or shallow outfield. So 1 down, and it's going to bring up the next batter, Danley Gonzalez. He swings and misses for strike 1.
A 1 pitch misses low. A ball and a strike. That was pitch number 80 for Andrew Kidhill. So still in good shape is Kidhill, and Gonzalez fouls that one off. Third base side out of play. So 0, or rather 1 and 2 the count here on Gonzalez. One-two pitch misses up. That'll leave up the count at 2-2. Fouled straight back. We'll do it again at 2-2. The Wildcats, they need some base runners. They need 3 runs to take this one to the bottom of the 7th. Two pitch is up. Full count. Braden Talamantes on deck. And A.J. Carter in the hole. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Gonzalez will go down swinging for out number 2. So the Wildcats down to their last out here in the top of the 7th. Game 1 of this best-of-3 series.
It's going to be Braden Talamantes due up for the Wildcats. And yeah, like you said, Jake, 1 out away of getting their first loss in the playoffs.
First pitch swinging, and he fouls it off, back out of play. Talamantes 0 for 2 in the ball game, looking for his first base hit. Gonna have to be a 2-out rally. The Wildcats here in game 1, and the pitch foul back. 0-2 now, down to their last strike.
There's the ice cream truck right there in left field, Jake.
The ice cream man came to watch the game.
I think he wanted to watch the final conclusion of this ball game.
Kid Hill from the windup. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. First base side, out of play. Talamantes stays alive. Swing and a miss, and that is the final. Talamantes goes down swinging for out number 3, and they go in order here in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Our final, the Raiders 5, the Wildcats 2 here in game 1, and we'll get you some final totals on this ball game before we go off the air. Give us a second here. Got the final totals are on the board, but for the Wildcats, they scored 2 runs on 3 hits, committed no errors, and for the Raiders, 5 runs on 9 hits, they committed 1 error. And for the, let's go ahead and finalize the game here real quick. The win goes to both pitchers go in the distance. The win goes to Cahill. And let me see if I can get you some final numbers on Cahill.
Yeah, Andrew Kidhill, 7 innings of work, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 1 walk, had 6 strikeouts in this ball game. So Kidhill with the win, and for the losing pitcher Robbie Spencer, he went 6 innings of work, giving up 9 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts in the ball game.
So this series will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow's starting first pitch is scheduled for 7:30.
7:30.
So Rudy will be on the air though, as the Veterans Memorial Eagles and Dripping Springs get underway tomorrow. Game 1 of their best-of-3 series. So Rudy will be on the air at 4 o'clock with his pregame show. 4:30 first pitch, I believe, in that one, and then you'll get to sit in the same spot, hang out, and call another ball game for you. And it'll be game 2 of this one. That will be the nightcap tomorrow. I will be on Blast Vision, and like I mentioned, I'll have the London Marion series. They get underway tomorrow, and they will play 2 games tomorrow. I'll be on the air at 4 p.m. with a 4:30 first pitch for game 1 of that series, and then whatever time they'll finish that first game, 30 minutes later, they'll have game 2, and I'll have them both for you. That series over in Jordanton, and so I'll be there with that series over on Blast Vision. So double headers on both channels tomorrow. Rudy, of course, Veterans Memorial and Gregory-Portland no live stream for either of those series, as they're going to be live streamed on another network. But that London Marion series, it will be live streamed, so I'll have the live stream going out there from Jordanton. So you guys be sure to check that one out, and Rudy will be back here. We think Ben Garcia might be on the call with him, but we'll find out from Ben for sure here in just a bit. And we do want to thank Ben Garcia, was giving us the updates on the speed of the pitches. He had the gun out here, and so
Doing a little scouting.
and was able to give us some information that we could pass on to you guys. So we certainly appreciate Ben doing that for us. And we'll hit the chat one more time just to see. I think we got everybody. We said the shout outs to everybody we needed to. We want to thank you guys, everyone who hit us up on the chat. We want to thank everyone for watching this evening. And, of course, as always, we want to thank all of our sponsors, our playoff sponsors.
When I think of Snowball,
Staple
I
Street
think of
Meat
the
Heart,
hot Corpus summers of my
Meat Market.
childhood and trips to the original Snowball located at 3830 Baldwin. And now, Snowball 2 has taken that Corpus
Let's go
Christi
back
staple
here
to
a
the
second.
south side. Located at 7114 Saratoga, they're your
Shout out to
one-stop
Snowball.
shop for your favorite snacks. Frito pies, hot Cheetos and cheese, hot dogs, pickles, candy apples, and ice cream.
There we go. Sorry about that. So shout out to Staple Street Meat Market. Also shout out to Snowball. We appreciate those guys. Z-Bart, Lithia, Auto Nation, Snowball, LB21, and J Styles and Cuts. We appreciate all of you guys. So thank you again for sponsoring with us. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Final thoughts on this ball game, Rudy?
I mean, Jake, last round we saw, the teams in our region or in the Coastal Bend, they doubled up some teams, and, it can happen. And we've seen it already in the playoffs with the Bishop Badgers winning 2 against Banquete. So anything can happen, but tomorrow is, the important game for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. Is now, they lose, they go home, and now they're going to have to fight and claw their way back into the series. And if they can get a win tomorrow, it's pretty much a one-game playoff on Friday.
And they've got Malachi Lott. He'll be going tomorrow. That's without a doubt who we will see, and he's been pretty nasty on the mound. So they got to like their chances to tie up this series. Now, of course, Leander Rouse, they've got the momentum right now. Their fans are feeling it. They're feeling it. I mean, they're going to come out and they're looking to just get the win and get on home and get ready for the regional final. So it should be an interesting matchup tomorrow. I wish I was coming back here, honestly, to see how this one ends. But I know you're going to do a great job with it, Rudy. And so Rudy will have that for you guys tomorrow. You be sure to tune in. So that's it for us here. We're going to sign out for tonight. We will catch you guys tomorrow, 2 double headers. So be sure to tune in early tomorrow on Blast Vision, London Marion, and over on Blast Vision 2, the Veterans Memorial Eagles and Dripping Springs Tigers. And then the game 2 of this one, Leander Rouse and Gregory-Portland. Jake Vasquez and Rudy Trevino signing out. We'll see you tomorrow.